So F.A. Ajagba, Nigerian heavyweight. He leaves what's that guy's name? Richard Schaefer's Ring Star Sports Promotions. And I'm assuming he's also leaving Al Heyman because he was a PBC fighter. Now F.A. Ajagba has announced that he's going to be signing a promotional deal, long-term promotional deal with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. And not only that, um, the man, what's his name? F.A. Ajagba will not be requiring Ronnie Shields, his trainer from Houston's services anymore. Now it looks like the man F.A. Ajagba will be training with K. Karama. K. Karama is a guy who trains guys like he now trains Jared Hurd, trains Shakur Stevenson. Guess he's New Jersey based, or he might be. I don't know, cause Shakur Stevenson. I think from what I think I heard him say he lives in Alexandria, Virginia. That's right over the water. You know what I mean? Right across the Potomac River in from Washington D.C. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the guy looks like he's not trying to be with Ronnie Shields no more, and he's gonna be training with K Karama. Is K Karama a good trainer? I think he's a good trainer. Is he more experienced than the man Ronnie Shields? No, no. I remember seeing Ronnie Shields in corners being like the second in command behind what's the fella's name? Georgie Benton in Pernell Whitaker's corner. You know what I mean? So Ronnie Shields is that dude. Ronnie Shields is a very good trainer in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You got Landy Lara, Guillermo Rigondeaux. You got one of the Charlo brothers. He's trained a onslaught of fighters over the years. You know what I mean? And for sure, it was a less than amicable split with F.A. Ajagba and uh, the man Ronnie Shields. You know what I mean? It wasn't a pleasant split. Um, you know, I've always known when F.A. Jogba, I watched him in the Olympics, and he had the knockout of the whole Olympics, the best knockout. He knocked out a dude from Trinidad and put him to sleep in the Olympics. You know what I mean? So I've been watching him ever since. I'll read you some quotes from F.A. Jogba. He said, quote, "I made this decision to become a better boxer and to advance my career. That's why I signed with Jay Prince in Top Rank. When I return to the ring soon, you will see a new F.A. Jogba. K. Karama and I are working on my head movement and defense, and I seek to become a more well-rounded fighter." End quote. So it looks like F.A. Jogba is, he looks like he's pretty excited to be with the new training, the new trainer, and also new promotional company. Do I believe it's a good move for him? Only time will tell. It's his career. I'm not sure what the incentives are that he got from signing with Bob Arum's Top Rank, but I wish him all the best. You know what I'm saying? F.A. Jogba, I thought he looked that one dude he fought. He's fought a bunch of Europeans. Them European channels, they know these guys, man. I know these guys when I see them. And if they leave a good impression on me, I might remember their name. But that one big dude, was it what the hell was his name? Kalazi? He had a dude who put him on the canvas, and that was a good ass fight. That was on PBC. PBC on Fox. That's another thing this guy F.A. Jabba got to consider. Most of his fights have been on national TV when he was 6-0, 7-0. Fighting on national TV. I'm talking about Big Fox. I'm talking about Big Fox fighting on in front of on terrestrial TV for the whole country to see. You know what I mean? Now he's going to be fighting on ESPN, which is a major platform, the worldwide leader of sports. But let's not get it twisted, man. The HBO, I'm sorry, ESPN is still a cable channel. Not everybody in America has that channel on their TV. You got to pay your cable bill in order to access ESPN. And for the most part, I'm not gonna say every single household in America has ESPN. That's what I'm not gonna do. You know what I mean? Because I ain't been in every household in America, but almost everybody I know, even if they ain't got cable, they have access somehow, some way the ESPN. You know what I mean? But me personally, fighting on Fox is a bigger platform in my opinion. You know what I mean? But then again, it also depends on who F.A. Ajagba would be fighting. You know what I mean? You know, he made that dude Curtis Harper walk up out the ring, wanted no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Um, what's that dude's name, man? I'm trying to remember this dude's name. Not Rajan Kajanu. I think that was his last fight, and that was this year when he fought Kajanu. The Kaladze, Ugo Kaladze. You know what I mean? That dude that fought Michael Hunter. You know, dude knocked him out. Jagba knocked him out in the fifth. You know, but he struggled with him, and he got put on the deck. I believe in like round three. You know what I mean? And that dude he fought previously, the fight before Kaladze, who was a guy that I believe beat Ajagba in the amateurs. You know, so F.A. Ajagba's gone. He's no longer with the man Ronnie Shields. Last week, uh, it was reported that he's going to be signing with the man Jay Prince. You know, the rap mogul. You know what I mean? From Houston, Texas. And I wasn't surprised one bit because guess what? Where does Ronnie Shields and F.A. Ajagba, where they train at? Where they home base at? They home base is in Houston, Texas. You know what I mean? If you've noticed of watched boxing, Jay Prince does not have any fighters whatsoever that fight, at least from what I've seen. I may be wrong. Maybe somebody might correct me, but I've never seen no fighters on PBC with Jay Prince in their corner. You know what I mean? And that's just off the strength that most of them fighters on the PBC are um, managed by what's his name? Advised and managed by Al Heyman. You know what I mean? But where do you see Jay Prince when you see him on your TV screen? He's mostly over there on the PBC. I'm sorry, the top rank side. You know what I mean? He has relationship with a lot of fighters and manages those fighters over there on the PBC. You know what I'm saying? So F.A. Jagba has split from Ronnie Shields and he's going to K Karama. And believe you me, it was a less than amicable split because Ronnie Shields has been on these YouTube streets where there was Fight Hype or the Boxing Voice, and he's aired out his grievances about how this guy, F.A. Ajagba, didn't even contact his current manager at the time, which is Shelly Finkel. You know, Shelly Finkel is a world-renowned manager of boxing for decades now, and he's had a who's who in the heavyweight division for all these years. You know what I mean? Um, but apparently, F.A. Jagba didn't even break the news or give anybody a heads up. You know what I mean? People just found out from the camp, whether it's Shelly Finkel or Ronnie Shields, that the man just dissed him and just went and signed with Top Rank and with has a new trainer and a new manager. So I heard Ronnie Shields. He said he spoke to him on the phone, and the first thing when he mentioned that, Ronnie Shields said he hung up on him, and they ain't spoken since. You know what I mean? I'm gonna read you some words from what the man Bob Arum had to say about this big signing of this big Nigerian heavyweight. He says, "Quote: F.A. Jagba is one of the most gifted young heavyweights I've seen in quite some time. He has immense physical tools and a great work ethic. I have the utmost confidence that we're looking at a future heavyweight champion." End quote. Time will tell. Was I high on the man F.A. Jagba? Absolutely, man. I like F.A. Jagba. Why wouldn't I, man? The man knocks people out. Do I think he'll be a future heavyweight champion? That's a whole different video, whole different opinion, whole different story. Do I think he can beat? Look, the time will tell. I did a little poll on my channel sometime last year, and I was talking about who will probably become a future world champion out of these five heavyweights I proposed. And I think I had Tony Yoka there, Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois, Philip Horgovic, and F.A. Jagba. Now look, for that particular poll, F.A. Jagba won the poll. But my channel's not biased, you know what I mean? But then look again, you could go look, that's why these polls, I just do them for the fun of it, because they really don't mean shit. Because you could go to one of these channels that don't like black fighters, that love the white fighters, you know what I mean? They themselves could be black or not black. For the most part, they not black. You know what I'm saying? I could name these channels, but that's what I'm not gonna do, you know what I mean? They probably like what they loved what Pali Malignaggi said about the days of the African American fighter dominating boxing are gone. It's all about the Eastern European fighters, those type of guys. I'm sure they ran with them comments from Pali Malignaggi. They ran with it, and that's their mantra they're gonna be using from here on out, and they're gonna quote Pali Malignaggi saying those words. But my point is, those type of channels, they could do the same exact type of um what you call it, the same type of poll. And guess what, on their poll they would probably have a Philip Horgovic winning the poll, because look, man, we're not blind. At least I'm not blind. Them white channels, or them channels that don't like PBC, Wood from B More told y'all, when they say the PBC fighters, that's a code word for the N word, and I'll agree with that 100%. That's what they try to do, you know what I mean? These channels are high on Philip Horgovic. I like Philip Horgovic too, just as much as I like F.A. Ajagba. That's the thing. Be March Boxing, not with that bias shit, that racist shit. If you can fight, you can fight. I don't give a F where you from. You know what I mean? Do I like F.A. Ajagba? Absolutely. Do I like Philip Horgovic? Absolutely. Just check my channel, son. I've been covering his fights, all his fights ever since I can't even remember. I cover all these guys' fights because one day they might be somebody in the boxing game. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I don't like how F.A. Ajagba. Look, I'm not upset at him one bit going with Jay Prince, going with K Karama, and or going with Bob Arum. It's his business decision. You know what I mean? I'm not his advisor, not his manager. I don't know what's best for him. But what I don't like is how he didn't tell nobody about his plans. You know what I mean? Not even Shelly Finkel, not even Ronnie Shields. You know what I mean? He just dipped and went over there to Top Rank. That's not cool. You could at least be a man of your word and tell these guys, look, I think I want to go a different route in my career. I'm getting offers from so and so. If y'all can't match that, or if he just possibly thinks it's not a good a marriage between those guys over there, Ronnie Shields, Shelly Finkel, and the PBC period, then it's all well and fine. But at least be a man and go tell them people's dogs. I think the marriage is over. And that's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? What the deal, Mike 104? How you feeling, man? Mike 104 says Ronnie Shield is a guy I would want in my corner. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. K Karama, like I'm trying to tell you, K Karama, the first time I really heard from him was with Shakur Stevenson. And he's actually mostly a amateur trainer. He takes these guys to they train over there in Colorado Springs, and he takes them to you know takes them to the Olympics. Clarissa Shields is on his team. You know what I mean? He got Jared Hurd. Do I believe he's a better trainer than the former DC cop that dude had? Well, time will tell. One thing I do know about the previous trainer that Jared Hurd had, I forgot his name. It's a Hispanic name, black dude or Hispanic, black Hispanic, and he was a former DC cop. One thing about him is that guy did tell Jared Hurd, leave that man J. Rock Williams alone. That ain't no tune-up fight. When Jared Hurd fought J. Rock Williams coming off the surgery, that wasn't a mandatory. It was a voluntary. The man decided to pick him. Props to Jared Hurd. He had the cojones to face the man, J. Rock Williams. Not that J. Rock Williams was a boogeyman, but I knew going into that fight, and we was talking with the man Scorsese, wherever Scorsese at, big up to my man Low Place, and we was like, yeah, this is not this just ain't no gimme fight for the man Jared Hurd, and I was there live in the building for that, and definitely wasn't. You know what I mean? So that dude, the Jared Hurd's for old trainer told him leave that man alone. And it looks like going into that training camp and going into that fight, these guys were not on the same level as far as they weren't seeing eye to eye. You know what I mean? They broke up, they split up. It is what it is. Now the guy, we'll see if you know, we'll see what the man Jared Hurd does with K Karama. But I personally, if I were F.A. Ajagba, K Karama, I don't know him to have any heavyweights. I know I've seen Ronnie Shields and Mike Tyson in Holyfield corner. You know what I mean? I've seen him in Pernell Whitaker corner, Kasima Uma. You know, I've even seen him in, of course, Erislandy Lara and the Jamal Charlos and Rigondeaux. You know, he's just been in the game much longer. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's had a lot of good fighters. You check it, you know. I believe he even trained David Tua, another great, good heavyweight with a mean left hook. So it is what it is, man. K Karama is the new trainer for F.A. Jagba. F.A. Jagba, we'll see what the future holds for you. There's good fighters over there on the heavyweight scene now on Top Rank, you know, with, of course, Kubra Pulevs, the Tyson Furies, the Colombian guy, Oscar Rivas. You know, there's some fighters over there, so we shall see what it do. But I'm going to keep it tall with y'all like this before I leave up out of here. You see, African fighters in America get told what to do. It's just the truth. It's just the truth, man. The only African fighter who's had extensive longevity and success in this boxing game, at least in my lifetime, since I was born here on American TV, is Azuma Nelson. We had Ike Quartey. Ike Quartey had a good little run, but at the end of the day, Ike Quartey got told what to do to the point where the man coming into that fight with Oscar De La Hoya, that was supposed to be a unification. The man didn't even come there with his WBA belt because he got stripped because of an inactivity. And these are ploys that Bob Arum likes to do. You know what I mean? Don't look. This Lomachenko and Teofimos Lopez scenario got that Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux written all over it again, and also Nicholas Walters versus Lomachenko written all over it again. Bob Arum knows what he's doing. Same way they did with the man Ike Quartey. Which other African fighters have we had that have had prolonged success over here or in America? Look, Julius Ndongo had the opportunity to become undisputed. After that, he took a beating from the man. After Bud Crawford took a beating from Regis Prograis. Now he's working himself back up. You know, African fighters get told what to do when they come here. You know what I mean? It's very hard for them to take their destiny into their own hands. So F.A. Ajagba they probably put a bug in his ear, and you know, they told him what to do, basically. That's how I see it. But it is what it is. Big up my man Mike 104 in the chat. He says, you don't always gotta burn bridges to move on. Absolutely. Um, sorry, somebody texted me. There's some business, man. There's somebody trying to buy this MacBook from me. It's about 950 bucks, man. Let me text him right quick. She said, I'm leaving my house 12:30. That's cool. Bet I'll be here at 1 p.m. Yeah, one sec, y'all. Okie doke. Oh shit, there's another. It's fine, let's. See, sometimes that's why I don't do as pump out as many videos as I used to. Sometimes I be mad busy. I gotta return these texts and phone calls. Okay, I'll contact you guys. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, Mike 104 says the professor, absolutely, Azuma Nelson. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of fighters, African fighters, man, it's hard for them to come up in the states, and that's why when you do see Andy, look at the man Isaac Dogbe. You can't tell me that wasn't no setup. How they put that man in there with the man Navarrete. Now Navarrete made weight. Navarrete is not, but to me, by no means a weight bully. He's just because he's tall. If the man could make weight, I'm not with that calling nobody a weight bully. But was he a mandatory? He might have been a mandatory. All I have to say is that was just a bad style matchup, and Top Rank got the best matchmakers in the game. You know what I mean? They do. You know what I'm saying? They not putting they fight in no harm's way. You know, some say that's why they protecting Bud Crawford. I'm not gonna go there, but the Top Rank got vicious promoters. I'm sorry, matchmakers. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But I think that's what it is, man. I'm about to seal up this video, man. Got some moves to make. Got people to see and things to do. You heard? B Marsh Boxing. Yo, if y'all want some electronics, man, just hit me up in my inbox or in my comment section, Slim. Y'all got a mailing address, man. I ship nationwide, you heard? You know what I'm saying? I prefer to do local things, but I ship every day, just about. I was at the post office yesterday. You know what I mean? So we shall see what the future holds for FA Job, but big up my man Mike 104 per usual. Salute. I'm gone. Peace.